He left? Leah asked, standing behind me. Is everything sorted out now between you guys? Yeah, it is, I answer, as long as I never have to speak to him again. Chapter 6. And I don't. The next day at work, Tyrone arrives and I ignore him all day. And the next day, and the next day after that. All week, in fact, and he doesn't say a word to me unless it's about work. On Saturday, I get my car fixed. Ryan brought me to his friend's garage who fixed it for me for free. I wanted to pay him for the job, but Ryan said no and that his friend owed him a favour anyway, and that if I wanted to repay him, I could just accompany him on a date Sunday night. So that is what I'm going to do. I dropped Tashawn off at his dad's Friday night and stayed for a while to have a little chat. Me and his dad Miles still get on, which is very good for both me and Tashawn. I think it's because we knew each other from secondary school, so we've got that little bond. We broke up just after Tashawn was born. I had a chat with his long-term girlfriend Chantel, who is 3 months pregnant, then made my way home. And if you're wondering what happened to my date with Ben, well, there wasn't one. I didn't go. I called him up after my crash with Tyrone and told him what happened, but made it sound so much worse, and then told him that it's probably best if we didn't make another date because I didn't really like him anyway. But obviously I said that bit in a nicer way. So I'm now in my room getting ready for my date with Ryan. We're going to the cinema and to have a meal. I want to keep my outfit simple, so I've opted for a pair of black skinny jeans, a mustard bodysuit, and my chunky heel boots. My usually blow-dried straight hair has been made curly with the help of Leah and my curling wand, and my look is finished off with some natural-looking makeup. So what film are you two going to watch? Leah asked me, blowing the excess eyeshadow off my face. Some comedy with Kevin Hart in it? Oh, I love Kevin Hart, she nods. I give a little smile. I know. How are you getting on with Tyrone? My eyes meet hers. I don't know, I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him since our date really, and I don't want to call him to find out what's going on. Like I said, I'm not chasing guys anymore. I'm going to wait until they come to me. She lifts my head at the chin. There, finished. You look fabulous, sweetie. She compliments me in a posh voice. Thank you, I laugh, getting up and checking my reflection. Leah throws herself down on my bed and plays with her hair. How are you getting on with Tyrone? She returns the question. All right, I guess. I don't talk to him and he doesn't talk to me. But how do you two work together when you don't speak? Well, if the conversation is work-related, then I'll talk to him, otherwise... She shakes her head disappointedly. Cece, I wish you would just talk to him. You'd see that he's a nice guy. You liked him for a while. Yeah, for about a day, and clearly I was stupid for doing that. Leah's mobile phone rings. Speak of the devil, she answers it. I go to the bathroom to check my makeup and better lighting, then make my way back to my bedroom as Leah finishes on the phone. She stands up and looks at me with a big grin on her face. What happened? I ask. What did he say? Nothing. Well, what did you do? I know that grin. Nothing. I'm just going to pop next door for a minute. Next door? I look at her curiously. To see Ryan? Don't worry, I'll be back. She giggles and leaves the room. Leah, I shout after her. Leah, what are you going next door for? No reason, she replies from the stairs, and I hear the front door slam shut. What is that child up to? I go into the lounge and look out the window. I can see Leah on Ryan's doorstep talking to someone who I'm assuming must be Ryan, but I can't make out what she's saying. I see her smile and then she runs back over to my house. My front door slams shut again and I meet Leah in the hallway. What did you do? I ask her, folding my arms and raise an eyebrow. Nothing, she smiles and tries to walk past. I put my arms out. What did you do? I can't tell you. I stare at her. What? She laughs. Leah, don't make me hurt you. What did you do? Don't you have to pick up Tashawn? She shows me my watch. Yes, I do, but I want to know what you did first, and don't change the subject. I'll tell you when you come back from getting Tashawn. She quickly ducks under my arm. Who I can't actually look after anymore tonight? She winces, waiting for me to shout at her. Why not? I inquire, a little annoyed. Because I have a date with Tyrone? What, now? At the same time as yours? Yeah. Oh, how nice of you to do that, Leah. I'm fuming on the inside, but can never be mad at Leah. Now who's going to look after Tashawn? Your mum? I can't keep dumping him on my mum, Leah. I sigh and go into the sitting room. I'm going to have to cancel. No, don't do that, she splurts. Can't Miles keep an eye on him for longer? I shrug. I'm not going to call him to find out. I'm just going to cancel with Ryan or reschedule. I'll call him, Leah opts. I'll call Miles and tell him that it's my fault. She gets out her mobile. What's his number again? I give her my mobile and get a glass of apple juice from the kitchen. I can hear her telling Miles that it will only be for a few more hours and that we'll come and get him straight after. I finish my drink and put the glass in the sink, then make my way back into the sitting room as she finishes on the phone. I explained to him what happened and he said to call him when we get back and he'll bring Tashawn for you. Really? Yeah, she nods. Okay. I'm shocked. Not that Mars will bring Tishan home, but that he didn't make a fuss about it. He has his moments sometimes. Now tell me what you've done. Why did you have to go and talk to Ryan? You'll soon find out. I've got half an hour to get ready for my date. See you soon. She kisses me on the cheek and flies out the room and out of the front door. I swear that child. I shake my head. At 6:30 my doorbell rings and I run downstairs with Leah behind me, who's returned. Why are you following me? I ask her as I open the door. Oh, hi Shanika. Tyrone nods at me. I give Leah an annoyed stare, then look at Tyrone. Hi, I reply icily. You look really nice, Leah. He smiles at her. Thanks, come in. She opens the door further. Oh no, that's okay. He looks at me. I'll just wait for you outside. Come on, she yanks him inside. He walks awkwardly past me and up the stairs, and I grab Leah by her orange bondage top. What are you doing? She's doing this on purpose. Why is Tyrone in my house when you know I don't like him? We'll be gone in a minute, she shrugs with a smile. When Ryan gets here. She shakes herself free of my grip. What's wrong with your own house? I ask her, then register what she's just said. What do you mean when Ryan gets here? She smiles at me, then speaks. We're going on a double date. A double what? I ask, checking to see if I heard right. A double date? Yeah. Me, you, Ryan and Tyrone. That's what I was talking to Ryan about. I don't believe you. Ryan's okay with it, she smiles. What, he actually said he was okay with it? He knows that I don't like Tyrone. Why would he? Hi, Ryan standing behind me. Oh, I jump. Hi. Are you ready to go? He looks me over. You look really nice, but then again you always do. I smile, but I'm annoyed inside, mostly at Leah. Yes, we are, she says and runs upstairs. I'll just get Tyrone. I exhale strongly. You still don't like him? Ryan asks. No, I reply. Well, it wasn't my idea to let him come on the date. I would have preferred to be alone with you, but Leah suggested it would be a good idea if he came, because maybe you two would talk and you would see how nice he was. I told her I didn't think you'd like it, but Leah is very persuasive, it seems. I give a little laugh. I know, and don't worry, I know it wasn't your idea. Leah returns with Tyrone. Come on, guys, she chimes, taking Tyrone's hand and goes outside. We can ditch him if you like, Ryan whispers to me as I lock the front door. Nah, it's alright, I smile at him. Maybe later. He smiles back at me and we walk over to Leah and Tyrone. We can all go in my car, Tyrone suggests, which I've just noticed is his black Mercedes. He had a different car earlier this week while his was in the garage. No, that's okay, Ryan denies his offer. I was hoping you would accompany me on my bike. He looks at me hopefully. Oh, I say startled and eye his bike up. It looks really fast. I'm not sure, I say nervously. Oh, come on, I'll go slow. He takes my hand. Come. He puts a helmet on my head, on my lovely hair that I just had curled, and helps me onto his bike. We'll see you guys there, he grins at Leah and Tyrone and gets on. He puts on his helmet, starts the engine and says something that I don't quite hear. What? I shout as he zooms off. I grab onto his waist tightly in fear. I thought he was going to go slow. After we've whizzed down a few roads, I begin to relax and loosen my grip. This is actually quite fun and thrilling. I love it. I look behind as we stop at a traffic light for Tyrone's car, but I don't see it. Who cares anyway? I don't want a double date with him. We zoom off again and I give a little scream. As we arrive at the restaurant, Ryan parks his bike and I jump off. Wow, that was great, I whoop as I take off my helmet and hand it to him. You liked it? He smiles. I nod. Well, I can teach you how to ride it one day if you like. Really? That would be cool. I'd like that. He fixes my hair and we stare at each other for a while. Then Tyrone's car pulls up beside us. Hello, Leah sings as she gets out. You guys were fast. You just zoomed off without us. Yes, about that, I whack Ryan playfully. I thought you said you were going to go slow. I lied. He pokes his tongue out at me. And it was better than going slow anyway, because I had you holding on to me really tight. I blush and push him away. Shall we go inside? Tyrone walks off ahead. Sure, Leah replies to him, and we follow. Inside, we sit down at a 4-seater table and order our meal. Tyrone takes off his suit jacket and puts it over the back of his chair. Is that all he wears? Suits? I look at Ryan, who's looking nice tonight in black trousers and a blue shirt that is slightly tight on his muscles. I like your shirt, I smile at him. Thanks, he smiles back. As our starter of chicken wings arrives, we all tuck in. I can see Leah nudging Tyrone and him shaking his head at her. Then she nudges him again hard. So, how have you been? He asks me. You see me every day at work. You know how I've been, I answer. He looks at Leah and gives her a you see look. I take a sip of my Coke. So, Ryan, when did you first get your bike? I ask him. Oh, when I was 18. I'd been saving up all my life for one. My dad had one when I was little and I used to ride it across the fields all the time. Oh, so is that the same bike you've had since you were 18? Yep, it's the same. I look after it like it's my baby, he laughs and I smile at him. So where did you grow up? Leah asks quizzically. On a farm in Northamptonshire with my parents. Really? What made you move down here then? I ask with interest. Well, I wanted to run a business, but Northamptonshire wasn't really my choice of place. So do you have your own business? Tyrone asks, wiping his mouth with a tissue. Yeah, I do. I own a tattoo parlour. Really? He nods non-enthusiastically, and I look at him out the corner of my eye. So do you have any tattoos? Leah noses, eyeing him up. Leah, I tut, mind your business. But do you? I beam at Ryan. He laughs. I have this one of a tiger on my arm and that's it. He unbuttons his right cuff and rolls up his sleeve to show me the tiger on his forearm. People always think that I'm going to be covered in them because I own and work in a tattoo parlour, but I'm not. He takes a bite of his chicken and turns to me. So when did you get your tattoo? He asks me, pointing towards my stomach. You have a tattoo? Tyrone looks at me stunned. I glance at him and then answer Ryan. I got it when I was 18 with Leah. So you have one too? He nods at her. Yeah, I got a little star just above my ankle. It really hurt. Ryan chuckles. Yeah, there's certain places that really hurt. Usually when you get a tattoo on the bone, but everyone's pain threshold is different. I get a lot of people with tears in their eyes when I'm tattooing, even guys. We laugh except for Tyrone. So what about you? Leah smiles at Tyrone. Have you got any tattoos that I should know about? No, he replies awkwardly and drinks his drink. I look at Leah and nod to the ladies' toilet sign. What? She mouths to me, pretending she doesn't know what I'm telling her. She taps Tyrone. Why did you decide to work for Body Beautiful? She asks him. It was actually my dad's idea. He bought the company, and as Jane was leaving and I live in England, he wanted someone that he could trust to run the place. How long have you lived here for? Ryan questions. 6 years. And you said you have other businesses, don't you? Leah asks. He nods. Body Beautiful is my dad's, but I do have 3 other companies that I oversee. That's why I'm always so busy. As he rambles on about his success, I roll my eyes and turn to Ryan. I wish she wasn't here. I nod at Tyrone. And Leah. She's my best friend, but this is my first date with you? My first date in a while, actually. Really? When was your last date? He turns to me. Too long ago to remember. When I broke up with Tashawn's dad 5 years ago, I never really had time to date after that. I looked after Tashawn and went to uni for 4 years. Wow, what did you study? Business and media. I passed both. I smile, proud of myself that I achieved so much even though I was bringing up a son alone. It was hard, but I did it. As the time whizzes away, I forget that Leah and Tyrone are with us. I'm so interested in Ryan's life. You know, he travelled to Germany, India and Australia when he was just 19, just for the fun of it. He said he wanted to see the world, but he had to stop at Australia for lack of money. Ryan's actually invited Tashawn and myself to go to his parents' house with him this month. We've just finished our meal and are talking when the waiter puts the bill on the table. I'll pay for it, Tyrone says, taking out his wallet. Yeah, there you go, flashing your cash around, I mutter bitterly. I'm not flashing my cash around, he tuts. I'm just offering to pay out of kindness. And did anyone ask you? I reply, glaring at him. Fine, then I'll just pay for what me and Leah had, and you two can sort your own bill out between each other. He throws his card down and goes to the men's toilet. Why'd you have to keep giving him a hard time? Leah hisses at me. Because I don't like him, I say slowly for it to register. You know that, and I don't want to argue with you over some guy, so just drop it. Ryan fidgets awkwardly in his seat, then speaks. So I'll get the bill? He gets out his wallet. Unless you think that I'm flashing my cash around? Oh, no, not at all, I laugh. But if you're getting this, then you have to let me pay for the cinema. Deal? Alright, deal, he smiles. After we've paid, we leave the restaurant and make our way over to the cinema, which is less than a few minutes walk away, and I pay for our tickets and go in to watch the film, which is actually really good. I had a really good time. Ryan smiles at me later while we're on my doorstep. Leah's in the car with Tyrone saying her goodbyes. Yeah, me too, I smile back. I'd really like to go out with you again, but maybe on our own next time? Definitely, I giggle. I'd like that. We stare at each other for a while and I admire Ryan's sparkling blue eyes. So I'll call you to set up another date, Ryan nods. Okay, yeah, you know where to find me. It goes quiet and we stare at each other again. Then Ryan leans in and gives me a little kiss on the lips. I smile at him. Night, he smiles and walks off just as Carl pulls up in his car with Tashawn. Mummy, Tashawn runs over and gives me a hug. You alright? Miles nods at me and hands me Tashawn's sleepover bag. Your date went okay? I suppose so. I screw up my face and look at Tyrone and Leah in the car. It was fine apart from Leah's boyfriend being there. Can't stand the guy. Oh yeah, he laughs. I remember you saying something about him. He's your boss though, isn't he? I nod. Well, you should stay in his good books. He smiles. He might give you a raise. I shake my head. I doubt it, and I don't want nothing from him anyway. Tyrone walks over with Leah. Hey little man, what's up? He smiles at Tashawn. Hi, he replies shyly. Hey, how you doing? Tyrone shakes hands with Miles. Fine, he replies. Thanks for getting Tashawn that remote control car. He loves it. And it keeps him quiet, which is good for me. They both laugh. Why are they laughing? Can't Miles see that he's a jerk? Maybe it is just me. So you're his dad? Tyrone questions. Yep, Miles Chambers. Tyrone Jones. Your son is so cute. You're lucky to have him. Thanks. Yeah, whatever. I interrupt the mother's meeting. Tashawn's got to get to bed. Are you coming in? I look at Miles. Yeah, let me tuck you in. He scoops up Tashawn and heads off towards my flat. Nice meeting you. He gives a thumbs up to Tyrone. See you, Leah. Bye, she waves. Night, Sean. I follow Miles upstairs and then go into my room as he puts Tashawn to bed. A few minutes later he returns. He's waiting for you, he tells me, putting his cap on over his curly black hair that Tashawn got from him. I'm gonna leave now. See you soon. Yeah, okay, I reply and watch him leave. I go into Tashawn's room and sit on his bed. You're right, baby. I smooth his hair back. Yeah, he nods. Did you have fun at your dad's? Yeah, we went bowling, but Chantel couldn't bowl because she's pregnant and she didn't want to have to use the ramp. I give a little laugh. Did you use the ramp? No, but Daddy did a few times. Did he? He nods. Well, I'm glad you had fun, but you've got to go to sleep now because you've got to be up early for school tomorrow. I kiss his forehead. Good night, Mummy. He closes his eyes. Good night, I get up. I love you. I close his door slightly and walk past my sitting room where I see Leah on her own. When did she get in? I never heard her trademark slam of the door. I get down on my knees beside the sofa where she's sitting, then jump up and grab her legs. Boo! Ah, she screams as I get up and laugh. Shanika, you cow, you scared me. Well, what are you doing in my house anyway? I sit down next to her. Don't you know where you live? You and Ryan seem to have a good time. She ignores me. Yeah, we did. No thanks to you. I can't believe you invited yourself and Mr. Flashy Pants on our date. I know, I'm sorry, but I just wanted you and Tyrone to get on. But now I see that that's never going to happen, so I won't do it again. You better not, I tickle her. Get off, she laughs. If you don't like Tyrone, that's fine, but if you're going to say bad things about him, can you just say them when I'm not around or to someone else? That seems fair, I shrug. Thanks. Well, I'm going to go now. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. We give each other a kiss on the cheek and she leaves. I check the time on the video, 10:36 p.m. I've got to get to bed. Chapter 7. How was your date? Jonathan asked me when I get to work. Who told you about that? I look at Lisa. You, obviously, Miss Blabbermouth, worse than Leah. She laughs. How was it then? Good, except for Mr. Flashy Pants being there. What? They both exclaim in unison. I nod. Yep, Leah invited herself and Tyrone on my date. My first date in how many years I don't even know. They both laugh. So how did you two get on? Jonathan sits down on my desk. Who, me and Ryan or me and him? Both. Lisa moves closer. Well, me and Tyrone, not so good. I can't stand him, so I didn't talk to him. Only to say something rude. And as for me and Ryan, well, that was great. He's really nice and we went on his motorbike, which was really cool. He said he'll teach me how to ride it one day. Ooh, he must like you, Jonathan coos. I wish I'd met him. What else happened on your date? As I'm filling him in, I also get to work so Tyrone can't say that I just talk all the time and use that as an excuse to sack me. So are Tyrone and Leah a couple now? Jonathan asks. I don't know. They've only been on 2 dates, I reply. I personally wouldn't say that makes them a couple yet. Jonathan, can I see you in my office, please? Tyrone asks from his office. Ooh, he wants to see me alone in his office, Jonathan jokes to us and fans himself with his hand. I don't think I'll be back for quite a while. He gets off my desk and enters Tyrone's office, closing the door behind him with a smile. Me and Lisa laugh. So tell me more about your date with Ryan. At 6:30, I'm still at work with Jonathan, Vivian and Tyrone, helping Tyrone with a presentation that he needs to make for a meeting. It turns out that's what he called Jonathan into his office for, and then myself, and then Vivian. I told him that I wouldn't be able to stay late because of Tashawn, but he said he would pay me extra. So, as I needed the money, I called my mum and explained to her what was happening, and she said that she would happily keep Tashawn for me until I finished work, as long as I picked something up for her in Debenhams, Oxford Street. So here I am helping Tyrone make some graphs at my desk. He keeps thanking me for staying late and insisting that I won't be here no longer than after 7, but I just nod my head each time and get on with my work. So, he clears his throat as he returns from getting a printout. How's your car? Did you manage to get it fixed yet? Because you haven't sent me a bill. He sits down. Yeah, I got it fixed for free, I reply with my head down. Really? By who? Ryan. Oh, he nods. So, it's good? You don't need me to pay for you to get it done professionally? No, I don't, I reply curtly. Okay. At that point, Jonathan walks over. Tyrone, is it okay if I leave now? You said I could go at 6:30 because I got to be somewhere. Yeah, that's fine, he nods. Thanks for staying. Jonathan winks at me. Okay, bye. Bye, Shanika, Vivian. He grabs his coat and heads towards the lift. What was that wink for? I think to myself. Nothing's going to happen between me and Tyrone if that's what he thinks. I know that for sure, and he knows I don't like him. Does anyone want a drink? I ask, standing up, needing to stretch my legs. Vivian? Oh, yes, please. She smiles. A coffee. Thank you, Shanika. Tyrone, I force myself to look at him. What? He looks up at me, shocked. Oh, you're asking if I want a drink? Yes, I tucked. Oh, yes, please. I'll have a coffee too, thanks. I go off to the kitchen and make 2 coffees and a hot chocolate for myself. I take them back to the office and hand them out. As I sit back down with my hot chocolate, Tyrone suggests ordering something in to eat. Any suggestions? He looks at me and Vivian. Well, we should be leaving in half an hour, Vivian points out while tapping away on her keyboard. So there's not much point. It will take about half an hour for the food to get here. True, I agree. Alright, Tyrone shrugs, but I don't want to hear any bellies rumbling. At 7 o'clock, Vivian leaves me and Tyrone to finish up, and by 7:10 we're done. Thanks again for staying, Tyrone says, as I'm gathering up my things and putting on my coat. I mutter. See you tomorrow. As I'm in the corridor waiting for the lift, Tyrone appears by my side. I glance at him and he smiles at me. I'm just thinking of taking the stairs when the lift doors open. After you, he steps aside. Thanks, I get in, and Tyrone pushes the button for the ground floor. We say nothing as the lift begins to descend, then there's a big judder, and the lift stops. I look at Tyrone, who's looking around confused. What did you do? I bark at him. Nothing, he's confused. Then why did the lift stop? I don't know, he starts pushing all the buttons. Don't do that, we're stuck enough as it is. I drop my bag, push him out the way, and press the emergency button. Hello, comes a male voice. It's Bill, the security guard from reception. Bill, Shanika, I'm stuck in the lift with Tyrone, can you help? What happened? I don't know, it just shook, then stopped. We need help. I'll see if there's anything I can do, Bill replies. I'll get back to you. Okay, I reply, and stand over in the corner. He'll see what he can do. Why isn't he calling the firefighters? Tyrone barks. I don't know, I shrug. I'm getting him back. He goes to press the button. He said he'll see what he can do. Why can't you just accept that? I snap. He turns to face me, sighs, and then leans against the wall. So we're supposed to just stand here and do nothing? Well, we can sit, I answer, sliding down to the floor, just as Bill's voice comes through the speaker. I jump up and get to the speaker before Tyrone does. Yes, I say breathlessly. I can't seem to find a problem, Bill says. I'll call the fire brigade. Well, whoop-de-doo, Tyrone says as I say okay to Bill. He should have done that in the first place, he mutters. Well, he's doing it now, I tut, and go and sit down in the corner. Well, that's just great, isn't it? Tyrone throws his hands up in annoyance. I was supposed to be in the West End by 8. Now I doubt I'll make it. Well, I'm supposed to pick up my son. That's more important than going shopping or partying or whatever you're going to do. I'm actually supposed to be picking up a present for my... You know what? Forget it. He flops down to the floor and rests his head against the wall. I clean my nails as we sit in silence, then open my bag. My phone! I forgot about that. Let me see if I can call my mum and tell her what's happening. I take it out and check the signal. 1 bar. It should work. I dial her mobile and she answers after a few rings. As I explain to her what's happening, Tyrone gets out his mobile and makes a few calls too. So, how's Tashawn? He asks, looking at me when he's finished. Fine. And he's doing well at school? What, is he his dad or something? Yeah, he's doing fine. What's with the small talk, I think to myself. That's good. He seems like a really smart kid. Yeah, he is. Gosh, I can't believe I'm stuck in a lift with this buffoon. Why couldn't I be stuck in here with, like, Idris Elba or some other sexy guy? Although Tyrone's not that bad looks-wise, I must admit, even though I hate to. I look at my watch, 7:20 p.m. We've only been in here for about 8 minutes, and already it seems like 8 hours. I sigh as my belly gives a low rumble. How embarrassing. I see Tyrone look at me from the corner of my eye with a smile twitching on his face. What's he laughing at? I'm hungry. So hungry that when we're finally saved, there'll only be one person alive in here and a skeleton because I would have eaten him. Then he wouldn't be laughing. He opens his briefcase and hands me something. Here. I glance to my left and see a cereal bar packet. You can have it. It's okay, I deny with a shake of the head. Go on, I didn't put poison in it. I look at him for a second, then take it. Thank you. I give a little smile and take a bite. I'm about to take another bite when I hear Tyrone's belly give a low growl. I look at him and he looks at me. We both laugh. Here, I giggle, breaking the bar in half and handing it to him. Oh no, you don't have to do that. You eat it, he says, shaking his hand. It's your bar, I urge him. Yeah, but I gave it to you. I shove it towards him. I didn't put poison in it if that's what you think, I smirk. He gives a little chuckle and takes it. Alright, thank you. After he's devoured the bar, he takes a little bottle of water out of his work bag and sips it. Want some? He offers it to me. No thank you, I reply. Okay, he shrugs, putting it away. So, what else do you have in that bag, Mr. Poppins? I ask him, curious to know. Just some paperwork and a half-eaten sandwich from lunchtime. You want it? No, I laugh, and he gives me one of his bright smiles back. I'm supposed to be going to the West End too, I tell him, looking at my watch. Well, to Debenhams for my mum. I was going to take the bus, but now it's too late, so I'll just have to quickly drive there. Hope I can park. It's expensive to park, he shakes his head. I know, I nod. But it should be free now, right, at this time? I could give you a lift there if you like, he offers. No, that's okay. Alright, he shrugs. Gosh, what's taking them so long to rescue us? I'm getting bored. I exhale loudly. No offence. None taken, he shrugs. I start drumming my fingers on the floor. I know, Tyrone opens his bag again and produces a black iPod. We can listen to music. Are you sure you're not Mr. Poppins? I joke as I watch him untangle the headphones. Are you sure you just can't snap your fingers and the doors will open? I'm sorry, I can't, he laughs and hands one earpiece to me. I put it in my ear. So what do you want to listen to? He turns it on. Who have you got? Everything. Really? What do they sing? I wink at him. Ha ha, he replies. Have you got Jagged Edge or... Yeah, I have Jagged Edge. He finds them in the list. Which album? Any. I really have to get over my obsession with Jagged Edge, but they're just so good. Okay, he picks the first album and the song starts. I really like Jagged Edge too, actually. One of my favourite groups. Tyrone bops his head to the music. Really? Me too, I reply, shocked. Well, actually, they're my only favourite, not one of my favourites. As we get into a big conversation, laughing away about music, old and new, the lift gives another big shake and starts up again. I lift my head off Tyrone's shoulder, not realising how cosy we had become, and gasp. We're moving again. I yank the earpiece out of my ear, grab my bag and stand up. Get up, we're moving. Tyrone slowly puts his iPod away and gets up. The lift doors open and I step out. Ah, fresh air, I'm free. Are you two okay? Bill walks over, seeing us from his desk at reception. Yeah, where's the fire brigade? I asked, looking around. He shrugs. I don't know, they haven't turned up yet. We've been in there for 20 minutes. Tyrone checks his watch. How can they not be here yet? Bill shrugs again. Well, I don't have time to stand here talking. I gotta get to the shops and get home to Tashawn, I tell him. When the firemen get here, tell them we've passed away from waiting too long. I walk off outside to my car and get my keys. I'll see you tomorrow, Tyrone says from behind me. I turn around. Okay, yeah. I had fun, he smiles bashfully. Me too, I smile back. It was interesting. I open my car door and get in. See you tomorrow then, Tyrone says, and shuts my car door. I start my engine and drive off as I see Tyrone give a little wave in my rearview mirror. It's really weird because I really did have fun with Tyrone in the lift. I guess he's alright. Oh no, I tut as I'm leaving Debenhams. I've just collected my mother's things for her and I'm at a cash machine across the road and I've just realised that I've left my card in the shop. I hope no one's taken it. I was in such a hurry. I shut my bag and make my way back to Debenhams. I walk up to the counter where I was served and before I can even speak, the bubbly sales consultant hands me my card. You left this in here, she smiles as I take it. I tried to call you but you were in a rush. Thanks. I put it away safely in my bag. Sorry about that. It's not a problem, she smiles again and beckons the next customer. I guess that's my cue to leave. I leave the shop once again and make my way back to the cash machine. I put my card in and take out £50. I wait for my receipt then begin to walk off as someone bumps me from behind and grabs my handbag. Hey, what are you doing? I shout, dropping my mum's bags and grabbing mine. Let go, the scruffy man growls at me. No, you let go, I growl back, tugging at my bag. I'm not letting this fool mug me. I just hope he doesn't have a knife. Help, I yell. Hey, what are you doing? A man's voice shouts from behind me. Leave the woman alone or I'll call the cops. I hear his footsteps run over and the mugger runs off in the other direction empty-handed. Are you alright? The guy picks up my bags. Yeah, I reply numbly as he hands them to me. Shanika? He looks at me surprised. Tyrone, I breathe and hug him. I can't believe I'm so happy to see him for once. Are you alright? He holds me at arm's length to have a look. You're shaking. I didn't actually realise it before, but I am. Quite a lot. You don't look too good. Let me get you home. He takes my bags back and puts an arm around my waist, and I don't actually mind. I'm so scared that I can't hate him at the moment. Not that I want to anymore after our time in the lift. My car's down that road, I tell him. You can't drive in your state, he shakes his head. I'm fine, I reply, my voice wobbling. You don't sound it. I am, it's okay, I can drive home, I try to reassure him. Well, I can follow you, make sure you get there safely. What exactly happened back there? He asks, rubbing my back. I finish telling him exactly what happened just as we reach my car. So what would you have done if I didn't come along? He takes my keys off me and opens my car door. Fight him? I reply seriously. Well, you were putting up a decent fight, he chuckles. Well, I wasn't just going to let someone steal my bag. And plus, he didn't seem to know exactly what he was doing. He seemed like an amateur. Well, that may be so, but that was a really dangerous thing that you did. He could have had a knife or something. I know, I nod, thanking my lucky stars that he didn't. Or if he did, he didn't use it on me. Thanks for helping me, I smile sincerely at Tyrone. Well, I had to. I wasn't going to stand there and let a woman get mugged. I didn't even know it was you, though. I can't believe no one else helped you, he tuts and puts my bags in the car. I get in. Now, are you sure you'll be okay? I can drive you home and you can come and collect your car tomorrow. What, with a ticket on it? No, thank you. I'll be alright. You can go home. No, I'm going to follow you. It's alright, I deny. No, I'm following you, he says firmly. Okay, I sigh, too weak to argue. I've parked in the next street, so I'll bring my car round and I'll meet you. Then we'll go, Tyrone says. Alright, I smile weakly. He stares at me for a while, and I notice how nice his eyes actually are. Wow, am I sure the mugger didn't steal my brain while I wasn't looking? Are you sure you're okay? He questions, putting a hand on my shoulder. Tyrone, really, I'm fine, I smile. Alright, sorry, I'll just get my car. Wait here for me. I give a firm nod and shut my door. Tyrone taps on my window for me to put my locks down, and I do. Then he runs off down the street. I don't know why he keeps on being so nice to me. I've just come off the phone after explaining to my mum what's happened when Tyrone pulls up beside me and beeps his horn, which makes me jump. I look at him startled and see his mouth twitch into a smile. Sorry, he mouths, motioning for me to go ahead. I pull out of my space and make my way home. You really didn't have to follow me, I tell him as we enter into my flat and go upstairs. I'm fine. Well, it doesn't matter, it's done now. He puts my bags down in the hallway. Enter my mum. Cece, are you alright? She hugs me so tight that I can't breathe. Yes, Mum, I'm fine, I laugh, giving Tyrone a "this is my crazy mother" look. Tyrone scared the guy away before he could take anything. Although you would have done that yourself the way you were fighting back, he chuckles. You were fighting back? My mum tuts. Shanika, why didn't you just give him your bag? Why? It's not his, I exclaim. We all crack up laughing. Well, I'm glad you're okay, my mum hugs me again. And I'm glad Tyrone was there to help. Thank you, she smiles at him. It's no problem, he smiles back. Where's Tashawn? I ask. In bed. I put him there at 7:30. Oh, okay, thank you. My mum turns back to Tyrone with a big smile. So you're Tyrone? She shakes his hand and looks him up and down. Not bad. He smiles with a little blush. Nice to meet you. I'm Dawn. Nice to meet you too, he smiles. I've heard quite a lot of things about you, she says. All good, I hope? He looks at me with a raised eyebrow. Unfortunately not. Well, not from Shanika anyway. But Leah, she didn't stop going on about how nice you were when I last spoke to her. He gives an embarrassed laugh. So where is she anyway? I peek into my sitting room. Downstairs where she should be, not living in and eating out your flat. Did you get my things? My mum asks. Yeah, I point to the bags on the floor. Thank you, C, but I feel so bad for making you go. You nearly got mugged because of me. Don't worry about it, Mum. I pat her back. It wasn't your fault. Would you like a drink? I look at Tyrone. He hesitates. Oh, come on, stay. My mum prods him. I don't know, I really gotta get home. Why, do you have a girlfriend or a family there? Mum, I gasp in embarrassment. Tyrone laughs. No, I don't. I'm single. Why, are you looking for someone? I'm sure you've already been snapped up by now. Shanika's dad? No, actually, I'm single too. My mum smiles. Oh, how lucky for me then. Tyrone chuckles. Oh, please, stop with the flirt. I cringe. If Tyrone's gotta get home, then let him go. He gives me a thank you wink. Okay, I've gotta go too anyway. She collects her bags and jacket. Do you need a lift? Tyrone asks. Oh no, darling. I only live 5 minutes walk away. You're walking? No. I'll take you home. It's no problem. Well, if you insist, thank you, she smiles, impressed by his niceness. I wish you'd snapped him up first instead of Leah, she says loud enough for Tyrone to hear and nudges me. Tyrone looks at me and tries not to smile. I want the ground to swallow me whole. She can be so embarrassing sometimes. Well, that's just too bad, Mum, because I didn't. I push her towards the stairs to leave. Yeah, because she didn't like me, Tyrone makes puppy dog eyes. Yeah, and who's lost out? Not Leah. Mum wags her finger at me. Well, actually, Tyrone begins. Leah hasn't actually snapped me up. We're just dating. We can still see other people. He glances at me. Oh my gosh, is he saying that because he wants to date me or something? Or is he seeing other people? He can't be. Well, you guys better get going. I usher them down the stairs. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Mum kisses my cheek. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Tyrone kisses my other cheek with a smirk, and I stand there bewildered. I can't believe this guy. He's brave to do something like that. I know it was just a joke, but I should have clapped him round his head for that. But I actually liked it. Wait, no I didn't. I don't like him. I like Ryan. Yes, Ryan. Keep telling yourself that, Shanika. You like Ryan. Okay, good. I watch as Tyrone opens the car door for my mum, then gets in himself and drives off down the street. I've just gotten changed into my pyjamas and made myself a hot chocolate when my phone rings. I quickly answer it so it doesn't wait to Sean. Hi Mum, she got home quick. Why didn't you tell me you got stuck in a lift with Tyrone at work today? She asked straight away. I forgot, I answer, which I actually did. Well, your day didn't go too well. No, it didn't, I agree and sip my hot chocolate. Oh, Tyrone is so lovely. I was wondering when she was going to start talking about him. A real gentleman. He carried my bags into the house for me and everything. It's a shame you don't like him. Mum, I do, I exhale loudly. Yeah, well, it's too late now. You can't date Leah's boyfriend. He's not her boyfriend and I don't want to date him anyway. Well, who do you want, Shanika? You haven't had a man in years. Thanks, Mum. I feel really great now. I flick the TV over. What's going on with you and Ryan? Dunno, haven't seen or heard from him since our date, I reply. What, did you scare him off? I beg your pardon. I'm joking, but if you haven't seen him since and you live next door to him, something must be wrong. Mum, it's been 2 days, not 2 weeks. He's most probably just busy. He's got his own business, remember? Yeah, well, if you like him, just don't let him slip away like you did with Tyrone. Oh my gosh, Mum. I didn't let Tyrone slip. Forget it. I can't take this anymore. Mum, I love you, but you're doing my head in with all this me getting a boyfriend stuff. I'm fine how I am, okay? Okay, but I'm just saying, she sighs. Well, I wish she'd stop saying. I sip my hot chocolate again and flick the TV over to another channel. Alright, well I'm going to go now. See you tomorrow. Yeah, okay, bye Mum.